Welcome to on KELOLAND Rewind. I'm Maddie Paul, and behind me is the scene of Pier from our KELOLAND live cam, which you can see on KELOLAND.com. Today on KELOLAND Rewind, from cancer during pregnancy to local Olympic moments. We have a lot of stories to share with you today. Up first, it's something years in the making. A new pipe organ has been installed at the Cathedral of St. Joseph in Sioux Falls. Kelly Vogt shows us the big instrument and what it means for the local landmark.
There's a new sound at the Cathedral of St. Joseph in Sioux Falls.
It sounds different than the organ that we had before.
It's the sound of a brand new pipe organ in the choir loft. The organ was built by Juget Sinclair Organ Builders in Montreal, Quebec. The instrument was made to fit different aspects of the cathedral.
It's 100% custom built. So that means the first thing is we take the dimensions of the loft and we take the existing dimensions and we really design architecturally and tonally an instrument that really fits completely to the architecture of the cathedral and also to the specific acoustics of the cathedral.
The organ has about 4,000 pipes.
Wooden, metal, lots of different shapes and sizes. You can really think of it like an orchestra of pipes, everything from the smallest to the largest, and the shape affects the sound a lot too.
Jared Osterman is the cathedral music director and plays the organ during Mass.
It can stand shoulder to shoulder with the finest instruments from anywhere in the world.
In addition to bringing a new sound to the cathedral, the look of the pipe organ is also different than the previous instrument. That one was dark brown. This one is an off-white, complementing the color and art in the cathedral.
The French believe that the organ is an extension of the church. It's not a piece of furniture. So the idea is if you look at French organs and German organs, and Dr. Osterman, our organist, did that, went to France, went to Germany. A lot of them are colored. They're not necessarily brown or stained brown.
The new organ is now being played during Mass. Getting to this point took years.
The process started in 2019. That was the signature of the contract. Then we were not able to start until 2 years ago. So we started 2023 to design and to build the instrument at the shop. And the whole process takes about 30 to 35,000 man-hours.
But before any of that, there was a lot of groundwork that had to be done. And now, years later, parishioners and visitors can enjoy the sound of the new pipe organ.
The combination of our cathedral and this instrument is unique to our region, and I just hope the Sioux Falls community will come out and hear it whenever they can.
But this certainly will enhance the liturgy and enhance the worship, and that's the whole idea. And not just for the cathedral parish or even the Catholic community of the Diocese of Sioux Falls, but just for the people of the community who will come in and be able to hear it play.
And up next, a parent's worst nightmare is fueling the mission of Hanson County's Chief Deputy Sheriff. His focus is preventing people from taking their own lives. Dan Santella takes us to Alexandria, where you may not look at exit 344 on I-90 quite the same way ever again.
Hanson County Chief Deputy Sheriff Mike Brown of Alexandria, South Dakota, describes his son Thomas as a man with an eye out for others.
Always giving his shirt off his back for anybody.
A regular phone call they had didn't hint at any internal struggles.
Never any signs of depression or mental illness. Always in good spirit. Always had a great conversation. I got that phone call on the 17th of September, and that he hung himself, and he was on life support. So then we drove from here to Kansas. And then a couple days later, we took him off the life support.
Thomas was 24 years old when he died in 2017. His father today has made it his mission to showcase the availability of mental health resources. This includes his Hanson County patrol car that's emblazoned with a 988 number, one which anyone can call or text for mental health help. It was Hanson County Sheriff Wingert's idea to wrap the car like this.
We've got a lot of positive feedback from the community and other agencies on it.
Around the community and even in the county, a lot of people have said that, this is the best money that the county's ever spent on a patrol vehicle, making awareness.
Brown also hands out these tokens with the 988 number on them, and he's distributed quite a few.
I probably handed over a little over 1,000 of them so far.
Thousands upon thousands of drivers from Hanson County, nearby communities, and well beyond South Dakota pass this gas station at the Alexandria exit. And as it turns out, it was the setting of a shining example of Brown's advocacy. It was here in 2023 when Brown met a truck driver named PJ who would receive one of Brown's tokens.
He said, I don't know how you can do it. I said, well, I love my job, I love my community, and I love helping people. And we just had a cordial conversation. I gave him one of those.
The next day, an emergency dispatcher reached out to Brown with news of what his outreach had done.
She messaged me at 5:43 in the morning, said, this gentleman called in and said, I saved his life. Because I gave him one of those tokens. He was going to kill himself.
But he took the token's message to heart. His life matters.
It gives me goosebumps. If it's just one person, that's one more person that I gave hope to. And, that's basically the writing on the car. There is hope.
And now, who knows? It's certainly possible PJ's own words might one day save another person's life. The phrases on these tokens and this car have the potential to spread. They just need someone like Brown to help them reach others.
He's been through a lot, and to continue to carry on each day the way he does is pretty inspiring.
Similar to how Brown's late son Thomas inspires his father's drive to help people suffering from mental illness.
If I just touch one person, then I know they're going to touch other people, and stop the stigma.
And still to come, we're going to learn about one woman's story as she dealt with cancer during her pregnancy. We're going to explain more when we come back on Eye on KELOLAND Rewind. Stay with us. And welcome back to Eye on KELOLAND Rewind. It's an incredible story of resilience, healing, and a strong family bond. A teenager from T is sharing her experience with acute myeloid leukemia, a rare form of cancer. Sydney Hoyer tells us how Cassandra Waltner is defying the odds.
In April of this year, Cassandra Waltner was sick nonstop.
I was getting UTIs and kidney infections like one after another, and then I kept getting a sore throat. And I didn't know what was going on. The doctors kept testing me for strep.
That's when a trip to the emergency room revealed something that no one ever expects to hear.
They were running some more tests, and my blood work came back, and I had cancer.
Heard the word cancer, and we just started freaking out. Just shocked us, really, with just hearing that word and not knowing what to do and what we were going to do.
After staying at a hospital in Sioux Falls for a few days, Cassandra was told that she would be going to a hospital in Rochester, Minnesota, because when she was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia, she was also pregnant with a baby girl.
We moved to Rochester because Stanford couldn't deal with me and my baby with cancer, so they didn't know what to do, so they just sent us somewhere else.
While she was in the hospital, she missed her high school graduation. But thanks to some nurses, Cassandra had her own graduation experience.
It just kind of broke my heart inside, and I knew it was going to break hers. And it just was an awful feeling for me as a mom to know that she wasn't going to be able to be a part of all that experience. Exciting, something that all seniors would look forward to.
A bunch of nurses walked me and watched graduation with me and clapped for me, which was really nice of them.
But the day after graduation, something unexpected happened. Cassandra's water broke more than 3 months before she was supposed to give birth.
I didn't know what was going on. I didn't get any birthing classes or anything, so I was like, what's going on?
Cassandra was transferred to the maternity unit, where they put the birthing process on hold. But a bone marrow biopsy brought more bad news.
They got the results, and they found out that my chemo, the first round of chemo, did not work, and my cancer was more aggressive.
That's when she was induced, and baby Estelle was born at 1 pound and 15 ounces. Estelle was taken to the NICU right away, and Cassandra wasn't able to hold her for 5 days.
After I gave birth, they put me back up to the cancer unit, and I started another round of chemo.
When it came time for Cassandra to receive a bone marrow donation, her family members were asked if they would be tested and see if they were a match.
When we found out we could do bone marrow donations, I wanted to find out if I was a match and everything. And when I found out I was 100% match, I was just I'll do this.
Ariana then joined Cassandra in Rochester to start the donation process.
They draw the blood out through one little cord in your, and then they'll put it back in with the other cord through the dialysis catheter.
The bone marrow transplant was successful, and now Cassandra is 100% cancer-free.
Ariana did save her life, and that's just amazing to see that they can do that for each other.
Nearly 6 months later, both Cassandra and Estelle are back home in South Dakota.
She graduated October 3rd at 9 pounds and 15 ounces. So she was there from May 22nd to October 3rd, so it was a long time.
We are all back together again as a family.
And that was Sydney Hoyer reporting. And just as a reminder, you can always watch all of these Eye on KELOLAND stories on our website. Just scan that QR code that you see on your screen right now, and it will take you right to our homepage. But still to come on Eye on KELOLAND Rewind, Sioux Falls curling's Olympic moment, how it made a lasting impact on the community and the sport. We'll explain more when we come back right here for Eye on KELOLAND Rewind. And welcome back to Eye on KELOLAND Rewind. Local curling enthusiasts are still beaming over the success of last month's Olympic trials here in Sioux Falls. They say the national exposure during the week-long competition at the Denny Sanford Premier Center is sparking even more interest in the sport. Perry Groten finds out how that will play out on the ice in the months and years ahead.
Part of the allure of curling is its simplicity. Slide a stone across the ice and park it as close as you can to the bullseye, or button in curling speak. It's a sport that's accessible to everyone, appealing to players of all ages and abilities.
I always tell people it's pretty easy to be pretty average at it.
Members of the local curling club, Sioux Falls Curling, have seen the sport grow in popularity through the years.
Give it a try and find that they might actually really like it. That's how I started. I came out and I did one learn to curl and I kind of got hooked. It's a little bit addicting. It's a lot of fun.
Even more people got hooked on curling during last month's Olympic trials at the Denny Sanford Premier Center.
And Sioux Falls is great about showing up for their national events, for our national championships, and they really showed up for curling as well.
It was really pleasantly surprising to see so many people in our community embracing curling and getting excited about watching curling in our city.
Sioux Falls Curling helped the Sioux Falls Sports Authority run the Olympic trials.
Our club really actively worked with USA Curling and the Sports Authority to make it a really great event.
Club President Morgan Weber volunteered as a so-called curling guru during the trials, answering fans' questions about the sport.
A lot of the questions are involved with scoring. How is the game scored? How do you earn points? And then it's usually about all of the yelling. What are they yelling? Why are they yelling? And what do all of those things mean? So we answered a lot of those types of questions as well.
But even if local fans are now more familiar with curling, many still don't realize that there's a club in Sioux Falls dedicated to the sport.
We still have a lot of people here in town that just do not know that Sioux Falls Curling exists. We found that a lot at the Olympic trials. People were there spectating and would talk to us and say, I didn't know that we had a curling club here. So we really want to get the word out.
Getting that word out with the help of the early buzz surrounding next year's Winter Olympics could result in a boost in membership for Sioux Falls Curling.
So we're really hoping to see our numbers grow, probably get to a 5th night of league, which would be, an additional 40-some curlers.
Sioux Falls Curling members have a long-range plan to make their favorite sport even more accessible to the public. They're in the process of raising funds to eventually build an ice facility all their own.
The Iceplex is very, very busy. So we love being here. It's been wonderful for us to grow, but they are very busy. And so that's why it's, when we can curl in the wintertime, it's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. And that doesn't always work for a lot of people.
Weber says an ice sheet of their own would make it easier to schedule additional events, including Learn to Curl sessions year-round. But in the meantime, the future of curling in Sioux Falls appears rock solid.
And up next, First Tee South Dakota is located in 7 communities across the state, from Aberdeen to Pine Ridge to Sioux Falls. The nonprofit offers lessons in golf and life and impacts tens of thousands of kids every year. Travis Fossing takes us inside the organization's new home and tells us how this space will help create opportunities for local youth.
Early December is not prime time for golf in Sioux Falls, but there's currently no shortage of activity at First Tee South Dakota. Staff are putting the finishing touches on the nonprofit's new home, the First Tee Learning Center.
I mean, we can't even tell you how excited we are to be here and be able to give ourselves more opportunities to impact even more kids across the state of South Dakota.
The organization has been a part of South Dakota for nearly 2 decades, and until recently, that meant within the Elmwood Clubhouse. But with numbers on the rise, First Tee needed a dedicated space.
Out of 150 chapters, there's maybe 30-ish across the country that have one. And with us being a cold weather environment, we just really knew that we needed that home, if you will, where we can continue programs. We don't stop in August or September anymore.
The Learning Center has offices and a classroom, but also features a golf simulator and a putting green.
You can hit golf balls, obviously. You can play golf. You can do all these fun range activities. But then there's going to be a game component that we're adding to it. So cornhole, basketball, it's a gaming opportunity here as well. And then standing behind you, we have a putting green. So an indoor putting green that kids can practice their short game on year-round.
And the kids already have their favorite amenities.
Probably the putting green. I get to work more on my game and better at putting.
10-year-old Allison Sinkson has been part of First Tee South Dakota for 7 years.
Getting to learn more about golf and all of the coaches, they're just so nice.
But the mission of First Tee South Dakota extends beyond the golf course.
We teach them how to correctly introduce themselves, shake with a nice firm handshake, speak with a loud outgoing voice, making eye contact. Those are just some of the many, many life skills that we teach the kids while we have their attention through the game of golf.
You build a bond with them. It's something they look forward to. It's someone they know. It's someone they feel comfortable with.
Jody Driscoll is a community outreach coordinator and encourages the kids to be positive.
There's a lot in life that's out there, and that it's okay to make good judgment. And it's okay that you're out there trying to represent what we teach you.
Learn about the game of golf, but also learn those life lessons and character development that comes with the rules and all those things that come with golf.
Jordan Anderson is a board member at First Tee South Dakota.
To be able to come inside, hit balls, get a meal in the beautiful kitchen. Sometimes these kids, this might be their only meal in the evening that they're going to be receiving. So we want to make sure that they're going home with a full stomach.
The 9-week summer program in Sioux Falls costs $172. But First Tee doesn't want money to be a barrier. No one will be turned away due to inability to pay.
Golf is an expensive sport. And for parents that want to get their kids into golf, we've got the clubs, the bags, the balls, all that stuff here so that they can learn about the game of golf without having to make that upfront investment.
And that's not where the giving ends.
We're going to be talking to places like the Salvation Army, who we already partner with, other youth center organizations, where we can provide events and opportunities for the kids to come to us and utilize this new amazing space.
And maybe most exciting for the nonprofit,
we are moving in here 100% debt-free.
All while providing a safe space for kids to learn golf and build confidence.
And still to come, these PJs contain more than just love. We'll explain more when we come back after the break, so stay with us. You are watching Eye on KELOLAND Rewind. And welcome back to Eye on KELOLAND Rewind. Bedtime is such an important part of each day, and 2 Sioux Falls moms want to help make it a little more special. Lauren Selleck tells us about Pima-Bee and the pajamas designed with local love.
Child's Play Toys is a hot spot in Sioux Falls for finding all the latest gifts for the kiddos, but you can also find some cozy outfits, including these pajamas from Pima-Bee.
Isn't it just so cute?
Pima-Bee is a new brand at the toy store that seems to be a hit amongst customers.
We brought it in a couple weeks ago, and it has sold so incredibly fast. I was just shocked by how fast it sold.
And perhaps one reason customers are loving these pajamas is because they come from the hearts and minds of 2 local moms. Meet Rosario Del Rio and Rachel Krycha. They are moms, friends, neighbors, and the owners of Pima Bee.
Our kids say they started Pima Bee because if it wasn't for them, Pima Bee wouldn't have existed.
They say the idea to create these pajamas came after Del Rio gave Krycha some pajamas for her kids that were made with Pima cotton from Peru.
My boys wouldn't take them off. And I noticed that no matter how many times a week I washed them, they were always soft and durable. And I couldn't find anything like that around.
So Pima Bee was born with all the pajamas being made of Pima cotton. However, it's not just the fabric they are made from that help them stick out, it's also the designs on them. This one is an ode to the Midwest with bison, cardinals, and pheasants. There's also a campfire-themed set and a set that depicts little girls jumping through puddles.
We wanted them to be relatable, and we wanted it to reflect what we have seen here that we love.
Some of the designs even come to life in special books written by Krycha.
So I wrote 2 books to be paired with 2 of our prints. And the idea behind that is, like Rosario said, is to kind of make bedtime fun for kids and parents. You know, we want to create a bonding experience, and I think bedtime is one of the best times to do that between parents and kids.
Pima Bee is still fairly new, having only launched last February, but both Krycha and Del Rio say they've been enjoying the journey.
You know, moms just telling us that their kids live in the pajamas and they love them, that just makes me really happy. And sharing that with Rosario, it's kind of a dream for us.
I feel that we both come from very different fields. Rachel is a nurse and I am an agricultural engineer. So it's totally different. For us, it's been so much fun, like working with artists and learning how to manage a business and owning this experience has been great. And doing it with Rachel, I couldn't be more blessed.
And Nancy Savage, back at Child's Play Toys, is happy to continue supporting them.
Being a local business ourselves, I mean, I love that we can support another local business and that it's such a positive thing and it's so exciting.
And that's all the time that we have today for Eye on KELOLAND Rewind. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, you can find all of our Eye on KELOLAND stories online at KELOLAND.com. Until next time, have a great day, everyone.